Hey, it's me, Mrs. Bruno, your math teacher. I'm going to take this test, and that way, in case you had any problems, you can see what happened. Okay, so we're going to figure out what types of tables we're looking at here. Oh, sadness. I don't, I don't, I don't know. Okay, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so this first guy. First thing I notice when I look here is 0, 1 regular steps. And then here, what's happening? Well, it's like a +1, a +2, +4. But I look at these numbers 2, 4, and 8, and 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. I bet for 4 it's going to be 16. When it's multiplying, this guy here is exponential. I'm going to guess that's E. Okay, now this guy I can also tell by looking at it because I have more experience than you, but 1 to the third is 1, 2 to the third is 8, 3 to the third is 27. This is going to be cubic. Or you can do the differences. This is a +1, +7, 18, +19, right? And then the next step is a +6, +12, and then it would be a +6. So there was it's not quadratic. It has to be cubic. There's really not enough in the table to find the third difference constant, but this guy is cubic. This will be C. This next friend here, the very big important thing to notice here is this guy right here. Do you see how it's not going 0, 1, 2, 3? That's because this table cannot. This will be a logarithmic curve. Why? Because you would switch it and the x values are really spread out for the nice ones. And remember, you would plug in for y in cases like this. So this would be logarithmic. And I'm moving right along. This guy here, what do we have here? A +1, a +2, a +3, and then it's a +1, +1. So the second difference is constant. So that's the quadratic, and I don't know which that one is. And then this one is the linear. I can't see the choices, but there you go. So we'll move along to these guys. Talking about end behavior, if you have a linear equation and slope of 2, y-intercept to -5, what do you know about the end behavior? End behavior is really nice to have a little sketch. So we're talking about a positive slope line with a negative y-intercept. So it's kind of like this. And what is the end behavior as x goes to infinity or x goes to the right? Where is y going? Well, y is going up forever. So the answer is A as an apple. All of these are increasing except, well, 2x minus 8 is a positive slope line. It is always increasing. X squared plus 5 is decreasing, then increasing. Let's make sure that the rest are always increasing as well. A logarithmic curve looks like this, if you recall. And x cubed looks like this, which is always increasing. So the one that's not always increasing is the quadratic. Which of these is a polynomial? Logarithms are not polynomials. Exponentials are not polynomials, but lines or y equals x is a polynomial. That would be D. Question 9, all you have to do is plug -2 in very carefully because the parentheses will be very important when you plug into your calculator. -2 to the third is -8 plus 1, which is -7, which is CCAT. Carol Baskins. 10 and 11, just factor this guy. If you factor this guy, cube root, keep the sign on the first one. So all the first parts, right? And it's 2 cubes, so these guys are out. And then you square and square, multiply together, and change the sign. The answer is B. If you didn't remember the pattern, you also could go ahead and multiply these out and see which ones get you this once you multiply them together. How many real roots does this guy have? Real roots means you can see them. So x cubed minus 1 looks like this. If you were to type in your graphing calculator, how many roots can you see? I can only see 1. I can see 1. How many total does it have? Total number of roots is determined by the degree of the function. So that would be 3. If a function has roots of 3 and -4, what could the function look like? You change the sign for the factors. So it's an x minus 3 and an x plus 4. So you're looking at B as in boy. This one says, what if the roots were -3 and +4? Then the factors would be x plus 3 and x minus 4, but they don't give me the factored form. They're giving me standard form, so you would double distribute. X squared minus 4x plus 3x is minus x. And what? Minus 12? So we're looking at CCAT. Okay, and behavior for these guys, all you need is a sketch or a graph and you have it. This one is a little tricky because it doesn't have the asymptote, but you should know that's there. It's an exponential growth curve. So as x goes to the left or negative infinity, where is this guy going? This guy is going towards its asymptote, which is 0. It will never get to 0, but it's on its way there. And as x goes to the right to positive infinity, f of x is going up forever to positive infinity. This is a cubic curve. So from outer space, it will look like this. And that's enough. You don't need to have an exact graph, although you can look at the table if you want. And as x goes to negative infinity or the left, this guy is going down to negative infinity. And as x is going to positive infinity, the right, it's going up. Fx is going up to positive infinity. Negative 3x squared is a negative quadratic little frowner face here. So both of these are going down. And as x goes to the left to negative infinity, the y values are going down. Kenna, get the door, please. And as x is going to positive infinity, f of x is going down to negative infinity. Next we're doing some factoring. Okay, look, GCFers, I got the GCF. Okay, so it's a 3x in common. That leaves me with an x squared minus 5x plus 6. This can factor further, so, oh my God, 3x. Okay, this one kids mess up all the time. Same sign, gotta get to a -5. So it's a -3 and a -2. Some kids want to do 6 and 1 there and they'll change the signs, so be careful of that. Question 2, friend, is a difference of 2 cubes. So small parenthesis, big parenthesis. Cube root, keep the sign, cube root. Square and square to get the last and the first. Multiply together, change the sign, -3x. Same thing here. This one is a little different because leading coefficient. So it's 2 cubes. So this is a 2a, keep the sign, 5. When you square 2a, that's 4a squared, okay? A couple kids did ask me a question on that one. Multiply together, change the sign. So it's a -10a. Okay, and this guy we're going to do guess and check. Only way to break down 2n is a 2n and n. 9, I could do 3 and 3 or 9 and 1. I don't want the 9 here and I don't want the 9 here because if I put a 9 here, it'll be 9 and 2, which is 7. So I'm guessing it's going to be a 3 and 3. I got to get to a +3. So I went a +6 and a -3. You could also do AC method there in case anybody wants a reminder of what that looks like. N squared plus 3n minus 18. That would be an m plus 6 and an n minus 3. And then we put the 2 back. Factor it back out here, though. It would be a 2 and an m plus 3. This would be a 2n minus 3, and then you would chuck the 2. Last one is difference of 2 squares. So that's an n squared minus 7 and an n squared plus 7. Okay, so that's the first test. I'll do the second test on a separate video.